up, YouTube? Skunk72 coming at you from Southern California. It's a nice brisk 90 degrees today, which is actually nicer than it usually is here. So today I'm doing just a quick loop around to test out some stuff that I've gotten recently. I've managed to acquire some new toys over the past few weeks for the bike. As you guys know, I've become quite the Thrashin' fanboy, and after watching the Thrashin' Supply videos so much, I acquired myself a Bell SRT modular helmet, which I'm not yet wearing. I just got it yesterday, so my camera's not on it yet, and I'm waiting for a dark shield to put on it. Now, those of you that pay attention will probably notice, and it's actually probably going to be in the title of this video anyway, I've switched out from the Memphis Shades Batwing fairing to the Memphis Shades Road Warrior fairing. It's got the 11.5-inch vented windshield on it. I'm doing a quick test run because a lot of the research I found that people could not handle how bad the buffeting was coming off these, and no matter what windshield they put on, it never changed a thing. Now, I will tell you, I am definitely noticing more wind on my hands and shoulders, obviously, because the Batwing had that side coverage on it. Absolutely nothing unbearable, and actually I kind of like it. So far, 60 miles an hour-ish. I'm not feeling any buffeting at all. I'm not going to be doing any highway speeds today, so we'll have to save that for later. It's just a little around-town run, which, you know, I don't like to do highways if I don't have to anyway. It's just not fun. But so far, I'm not noticing my head bouncing around any more than I did with the Batwing. I'm really not feeling any buffeting on my head at all at the moment. So even though I'm doing around town, this is Southern California, and our around town speeds are like 50 miles an hour speed limit, and everybody does 60 anyway. Not like some of the other areas that don't do more than 40 miles an hour or 35 miles an hour in town. So I was able to get the fairing piece from somebody who didn't need it anymore. They didn't have the bike anymore. I worked with them. They said, hey, you know, this is just laying around. Do you want it? And all I had to do, since I already had a Memphis Shades quick release Batwing fairing on here, I just had to get the brackets that fit this fairing. So super cheap, and in my opinion, my bike looks a lot better than it did before. So something that I did a little different than most people do, I don't think you're going to be able to see right there, the mounting pieces that your fairing actually locks onto, the mounting pieces that go in your forks, they actually have a forward and back adjustment on them. One of the things that I did I decided to try this right off the bat actually. I haven't mounted it any other way. What I did when I mounted mine was I put the top mount forward all the way and the bottom mount back all the way, which basically keeps the fairing from tilting back towards me, so it's more of a straight up and down instead of going with the rake of the forks and making the wind more buffet right at me, which so far at these speeds seems to be working out fine. I will see if I can find a picture of them and show you guys, because I don't think I really want to take the fairing off and show it. I'll find a picture, I'll put it up there and you can see what I'm talking about. So what I'm referring to is there's the actual metal clamp piece that goes onto your forks, and then on that piece there's a round piece that's made out of, I believe, plastic. That plastic piece is actually adjustable, where you can move it back and forth on the mount itself. to give you just slightly different positioning angles of the fairing. So far for me, this is looking really good. Another thing that I'm absolutely loving is my Batwing was closer to my handlebars, and because I don't have much space right here, I couldn't put my handlebar bag on this side because it rubs up against this whole dashboard area. I always kept it facing out on the handlebars, which with the Batwing fairing so close, it was really hard to get into the front pouch where I keep my sunglasses. With this fairing, I have a ton of extra space up there in front, so I'm liking that so far. One cool thing that I learned through my research was a lot of taller people were thinking that because they're taller and they were getting too much buffeting, it meant they needed a taller windshield. So guys have gone from like 13 to 15 all the way up to 17. And it's kind of honestly the exact opposite. So your fairing's not meant to keep the wind off your head. It's meant to keep the wind off your chest. So that way you're not getting exhausted and tired out and battered by the wind. What happens when you go higher on the windshield, you cause actually more buffeting on your helmet. So if you can't get your fairing adjusted, if you have one of these, if you can't get your fairing adjusted properly to take care of the buffeting, you might want to actually go down on the windshield size. Like I said, one I got is the 11-inch vented, and let's see, I honestly don't even feel any air coming up. Oh wait, there we go, up there. I'm in the wrong spot. I do feel air coming up through the vent. So I don't know, that could be helping with the buffeting issue, but I think it's more because of the way I angled it. I know I said I didn't intend to do the freeway today, but honestly everything's feeling so good, I think I am going to jump on the freeway and just go up like an exit or two, and then get off and take the canyon back, just so I can get a quick test of freeway speeds. The fastest I've gotten up to so far is 60, and I was starting to hear the wind a little bit at 60, but it really wasn't battering me around. It was nothing unbearable. So I do think I'm going to go jump on the freeway, and still early enough, there shouldn't be a bunch of traffic, and see how this thing does at freeway speed. Alright, here we go. Freeway speed test. For those of you outside California, that's the same thing as a highway. I think, anyway. I don't know. I'm from California. Perfectly bearable at 70 miles an hour. I don't feel like I have to yell into my mic, although my noise may be muffled, or my sound may be muffled a little bit, but it's really not all that bad. This is totally bearable and doable. So I'm going to go ahead and go with the key to it is probably going to be angling your windshield. And, you know, once again, I still think the vented might have something to do with it, but I'm sure that the angling and the vent probably both help. So if y'all are, any of you are having a problem with the Memphis Shades Road Warrior getting too much unbearable buffeting, try doing that adjustment first and see what that does. Perfect. I think it's actually better than my Batwing. The only place I'm feeling more wind on my body is my arms. Yeah, it's throwing it way up here above my head, so the rough air is actually going over top of me. I guess I'm going to just go ahead and call it a day on this one, and I'm going to be honest with you, I highly recommend this Road Warrior fairing from Memphis Shades. I'm absolutely loving this so far, and as long as it's durable, I'm going to be quite happy with this for a long time. And God, it just looks so good on the bike. So anyways, rubber side down, shy side up. And I'll talk to you all next time when I'll hopefully be rocking the new Bell SRT helmet, and I can do a little review on that. Peace out, gentlemen.